right, JP, 7:30 Sports. NFC Championship game is set. Cardinals at Panthers. Quick recap. Arizona held on against Green Bay to advance. Green Bay's defense gave Arizona some trouble, pressing the wide receivers, blitzing, getting pressure on Palmer. Palmer looked a little shaky, but when it was all said and done, Fitzgerald made some big plays. Arizona defensively made some big plays, although Aaron Rodgers almost pulled it out. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He had nothing on the field to work with, and he still almost pulled it out. But Arizona is going to advance, and I think they're advancing because they just play good defense. That defense carried Palmer in the offense. Offense couldn't run the ball versus Green Bay, but they held on long enough to allow Palmer and Fitzgerald to make a few plays, and they advanced. Like I said, it went to overtime, and Green Bay had a shot, man. Aaron Rodgers is incredible, but they just didn't have enough to get it done. He was basically out there by himself. So Arizona's going to advance. Green Bay goes home, which was a very good game, by the way. Green Bay, Arizona, very good game. Carolina got up big on Seattle. Big. And, they kind of went soft in the second half, especially defensively. You didn't see the same pressure. They were basically playing a shell type of a zone, just not wanting to get beat deep, and they still got beat deep anyway, so it really wasn't working. But it's difficult to overcome that sort of deficit in an NFL game. This isn't high school or college. You get down 31 in an NFL game, you're basically fighting, and you're fighting. And by the time you get close enough, you pretty much don't have anything left, and everything has to break well for you. Seattle's problem was the problem I've been saying they had all year long. The offensive line is terrible. You saw it in the first half of the game. Russell Wilson made some magic, and they got a little bit better. But like I said, Carolina didn't apply the same amount of pressure. Early in the game, they were getting in the backfield consistently. Russell Wilson running for his life, throwing up some bad footballs. You get the interceptions, and that's how the deficit gets built. And, the offensive line, you can't win in the NFL with a bad offensive line. You just can't do it. Seattle got on a roll late in the season, but the competition they were playing wasn't very good. So they got on a roll, and everything was looking great, and everybody thought, they were going to make a Super Bowl run. After seeing the way they looked against Minnesota, it basically the same problems. They got lucky in Minnesota. They shouldn't have won that game, and offensively, they're just not very good because the offensive line isn't very good. Russell Wilson is basically having to make magic, and he can't continue to do that. That's just not going to continue to happen, especially come playoff time. Carolina, Cam Newton is the truth, man. He really is. I don't like the way they went soft. They kind of took their foot off the gas defensively and offensively. And I can understand at some points you kind of want to run some clock, but you don't want to just basically go soft like they did. Ron Rivera was saying he didn't like it either, but, you get that big deficit and sometimes you feel like you just can, babysit the lead instead of trying to extend the lead. But Carolina's a good team, very good team. I don't know who I'm going to pick right now. Arizona versus Carolina, I'm not sure. Leaning towards Carolina because they'll be playing at home. But this will be a good matchup. Good defense, hard hitting, two dynamic offenses, good coaching. This should be a good game. So we'll see how it shakes out. Carolina moves on. Seattle goes home. Arizona moves on. Green Bay goes home. That's basically it. JP, 7:30 Sports. I'm out.